Hello my dear friends, my name is Sanne and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. And today we're building in Hanford-on-Bagley again. The last speed build that I uploaded was also located in Hanford-on-Bagley, but it was a bit of a different style house, I feel like. And I just really had this idea in mind of a fun little cute little cottage that I wanted to do. So I didn't really mind that we were located in the English countryside again. So I just went for it and I built my little cottage and it was fun. So what I'm building today it's just a small one person or maybe two person kind of cottage. And it's made with like a mushroom fairy kind of person in mind. I don't know why. I had this idea that maybe I could do that, the little cute fairy door that is in the cottage living pack and the little windows and everything, and had me in the mood for doing a very cottage thing. And I felt like, oh, you had these like fun little debug strange looking flowers in the base game. So maybe I can use that. But in the end, it doesn't really read like a fairy cottage. It's just a cute little cottage. So let's keep it at that. But it was fun to do. I kept the entire theme very light and airy, light colors, pastel colors. The entire garden is just very naturey, natural. Flowers, mushrooms, loads of mushrooms. I put in loads and loads and loads of mushrooms because I wanted to give it a mushroom fairy kind of vibe. But the entire cottage itself has not really any mushroom inspiration. So the cottage is a bit all over the place, but it's still cute. And I liked building it. I'm really happy with it. It is built on that, I think the top lot in Hanford-on-Bagley, like the lot that's entirely at the top of the map and also on the top of the hill. It's a 30 by 20 lot. The house is very, very, very small. It only has one bedroom and one bathroom. I didn't really add in like any extras, like isn't really a laptop in there. There isn't really a lot of skill building items in there. It's a really, really basic lot. Don't be afraid of like suddenly the garden being all entirely full of flowers. I went through the entire debug catalog and picked a lot of flowers and mushrooms and whatever and put them all in this little area so I can put them in the spot that I wanted them to be. So I kind of cut that out because I think I spent like 10 minutes scrolling through the debug catalog and it would have really not been that interesting. But everything that I'm putting away now, that I'm finding a place for, is all debug catalogs. So just so you know, most of it I think is cottage living debug, like the mushrooms and such, which cottage living has such a good debug catalog. It's so good. But I picked just a lot of flowers and mushrooms and everything from that debug. And that's what I decorated the entire yard with. I also put a lot of the mushroom chairs because they're just actually big mushrooms. And I felt like that looked cute. And that's kind of the gist of it for the entire garden. I did end up putting some flower pots in it, like at the end of the video, just because I felt like it needed some kind of skill building, because there's literally not anything in this entire build. I don't think there's a TV, there isn't a laptop or a computer. There's not a lot of the items in this build, because I don't know, I just felt like a cottage, especially for a fairy, would be very, very simple, wouldn't really have a lot of technology, so I kept it extremely simple. There is a bookcase or like just tiny books on the nightstand. So there are books in there. There are trash cans. There's a mailbox. And then there's like a full-on kitchen, a small living room and dining area, a bathroom and a bedroom. Yeah. And then the gardening stuff in the backyard. And that's kind of it. There isn't really much else to do in the house. Just a bit of a shame, but it was just so tiny and I wanted it to look very cozy, and then you realize, oh, I maybe needed a desk with a computer or something, and you didn't really have any space for that left. So it kind of just ended up this way, but the build looks really, really freaking cute, and I'm really happy with it. So, you know, you just have to deal with it. And I feel like the flowers and such make it look so adorable. I wasn't really sure what to do with the garden because I wanted to have a much smaller lot actually, like maybe a 20 by 15 or something, because the cottage was gonna be so small. But I also wanted the background to be very naturey, and like this lot was perfect for that. And the only other lots that were this small, like the 20 by 15 that I liked, those didn't really have a nice background that fit the vibes that I was going for. So I decided to just go for the 30 by 20. And I think it turned out really cute. And it makes sense that a fairy has like a small little cottage and then a big yard with loads of naturey spots where little animals can hang out. That's more of the vibe for the backyard that I was going for. So yeah, I think it looks really cute. Of course, it could have been a bit bigger and I could have added in all those things that I missed out on, but I'm happy with it the way it is. So I don't know if it's like really playable or something, but it looks cute. So and if you want to try out this build, you can download it off the gallery. My EA ID is bottleofgaming, so you can easily find it that way. And I also will link this build down below in the caption, so you can just click the link and find all the details and get it through there. If you want to maybe play with it or just look at it. I think I used only base game and cottage living. I really tried to go for that. The gallery did say that it had like something from city living in it, but when I clicked on show the items that you used, it didn't show any items. So I'm pretty sure there's nothing from city living actually in it, but that makes it a pack restricted build. I really tried to make it only base game and cottage living because I felt like that just was a lot of fun, because it's built in cottage living. I wanted to mainly use cottage living, so why not keep it that way, so it would be a bit more accessible to other people as well. So yeah, that's what I did. I did miss some of my little plants from the plant kit. For some, like the plant kit, I'm so happy I have that. I literally use those plants in every single build that I do. So I was kind of missing it for this one. But I'm just happy that the cottage living pack has that beautiful fiddle leaf fig. That is such a great plant. I absolutely love that plant. So, and like the debug for cottage living is really good. Cottage living is just a really good pack. I'm really happy with it. I'm really glad I got that pack. It's one of the few packs that I have, and it makes me very, very happy. And recently I've been just wanting to build and play with that, so that's why you've also seen me do 2 cottage living builds after each other. The next build I have already done, which will be uploaded in 2 weeks, because I do some builds every other week, and then a playthrough video in the weeks in between. But the next video will be an apartment, and it will be an apartment for roommates, and I already built it and it's really fun. I'm really excited about it. It's also really ugly, but like in a good way. that's the vibe that I was going for. So I'm very excited to upload that one as well. And I think this week I'm gonna build on a museum, because I saw that Lil Simsy uploaded a new shell challenge. And I've been wanting to build a museum because I haven't really built any community lots yet. So I thought maybe I should do a museum, because I don't know, I was scrolling through like the paintings and the statues and such, and I was like, oh, this is all like museum material. This would be very, very fun. And then when I saw Lil Simsy's shell challenge, I thought maybe this could be right for a museum. And like one angle of the shell was so good for like an entrance. So I just know I have to make that into a museum build. So I will probably do that somewhere this week, and then that will be uploaded in a few weeks as well. Of course, it will be up on the gallery before that, like long before that. You can also always check the gallery for my builds, because I usually like upload the builds on the gallery like 3 weeks before I upload the video on YouTube. So if you want to find them there, you probably can. yeah, it's probably gonna be a little while until I get the speed build for that museum up. If I even like the way the museum is gonna turn out, of course, that's a question in itself. We just have to see about that. Back to the build, I kept everything inside like little cute green and pastel colors a bit, and very soft wood tones with some very dark wood tones. And I think it looks really cute. I'm not that happy with the bedroom. I don't know why, I just wasn't able to really decorate it as much as I wanted. I felt like it looks a bit bare right now. It is just kind of like a bed, 2 nightstands, and a dresser, so it isn't much more than that. So it actually is quite bare, but I just didn't really have any inspiration on how to zhuzh it up a little or add more little clutter or whatever. I just didn't have any inspiration, so I just kind of left it as it is, and I let the garden and the little living room be the focus points of this build. The bathroom is also very simple, very soft tones, and the entrance as well. I tried to clutter it up as much as I could, that I still liked it, but I just was running out of inspiration at this point. But yeah, I really like how this build turned out. I think we're going into screenshots now, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. If you want to see even more from me, my blog, my socials like my Instagram and everything else is linked down below, so you can check that out as well. And you can find this build on the gallery, and everything else that you need to know about this build and me is linked in the description down below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!